Woof woof! Hello everybody, Shuffle Woof here with a new album review. Today we will be discussing the new Jake album, Temptress. Jake is an Ontario-based artist who appears to be new to the music scene. This is an electronic and ambient debut album that really caught my attention the first time I heard it, especially for its emotional themes. Let's get right into it. We start on a dark note with the first track, Pool, which seems to ruminate on themes of self-harm and the after effects of abuse. The ambient, deep pad chords feel very meditative, an interesting contrast with Jake's form and shifted vocal. While I do love the emotional depth of the lyrics and the instrumental ideas going into this, I can also admit I expected the production would build on itself more in the second half. Still, it makes for a good tone setter with how raw it is. Following this is Waves, a drone-like track focusing on piano chords and oceanic wave samples. It is very serene, and I like the chimes that are introduced in the second half, but given its length I do feel it gets somewhat repetitive by the end. My first highlight from this album comes in the form of Watching, an aggressive ambient track which kicks off with deep electronic drones and a variety of nice electronic inflections. My favorite part has to be when Jake uses lightning samples as a percussive element. I really appreciate the little details in this one, quite the textured piece of drone. We get the most lyrics on what I think is the crown jewel of the record, Temptress, where Jake refrains from giving specific details but clearly sings from the perspective of an abuse victim. The reverb-heavy chime intro slowly builds into a bright synth drop, giving us huge washes of pads and a snare lead. I appreciate how well the production matches the emotional potency of the lyrics, even if Jake's vocal delivery is quite intimate by comparison. The track simmers down nicely with a light, synthy drum beat. After this we get a bassy drone track, The Chain, whose skittering beat slowly intensifies in a big way. This track is dark and intense, and absolutely serves as one of the album's most artful and anxiety-inducing moments. The album ends with Prom 2, which rounds out the themes of abuse, with lyrics about overcoming trauma and reclaiming yourself. Jake keeps the production simple, only focusing on keyboard chords and subtle attitude pads. Though I appreciate the rawness and intimacy of the vocals here, and I see the artistic intention behind the overlapping vocals feeling like they are coming at you from all angles, there are some points near the start where I find it hard to make out some of the lyrics due to the approach. I do still like this as a serene outro, though, especially with how heavy some of the previous tracks' themes and production were. Overall, this is an impressive and artful debut for Jake. He really does manage to bring out a lot of emotion in the lyrics, and matches the themes with fitting production, a feat, given how trauma-heavy these tracks are. I would really love it if he were to build on this sound more in the future, even if the themes were lighter in nature. Very well done, Jake. Woof woof.